In the world of Pokemon, every trainer at the age of 10 sets out on a journey to become the very best, like no one ever was, at Pokemon battling, attempting to fight their way to the Elite Four and maybe even the champion if we want to get a little crazy. But what happens to all the trainers that couldn't hack it? Well, instead of riding a Wailord off into the sunset, stopping Team Plasma, or some other odd adventure, they enter the workforce like the rest of us, baby, to make those ends meet. And where do wannabe laborers go when they need a job? The Big Apple of Castelia City. With office buildings, shops, and even restaurants, there's no shortage of job opportunities lining these bustling streets, but what percentage of the Castelia community is actually employed? Let's whip out our cartoonishly large magnifying glasses and get to the bottom of Pokemon's biggest city's unemployment rate. We're starting this census off at Castelia's easternmost street, uncreatively called, Castelia Street. This is a walkway heavily populated with office workers, including Game Freak's Unova headquarters, so it should be an optimistic start to our job report here. However, before this census kicked off, I made a bet with my Twitch chat. Will Castelia City have over or under 50% of their population employed? They voted for over 50% employment, leaving me with the under, and the stakes for this little competition were high. If I was right and Castelia had more unemployed workers, my chat would have to be nice to me for one singular stream. A terrifying thought for all of them. But if they won, I had to do something even worse. Stream 5 nights at fucking Freddy's. Let's hope it doesn't come to that and my parlay starts off big at Castelia Street. Let's start our investigation in good old Game Freak. Let's have a freak off, you could say. This looks like a kid. This can't be an employee. If he collects medals, he's unemployed. Anybody who's got time to do the medal rally and have more than 10, brother, no job. The children yearn for the mines. What about this child? Is he yearn for the rock and roll? I don't think he has a job either. This lady looks like she could be employed. She's unemployed too. Explain why. She's learning in an office building lobby. Maybe she's just on break. Maybe she's waiting for Uber Eats to show up. I think we're at 2 unemployed and 1 employed. Debatably employed, but I'm leaning employed. It's 3 unemployed people, including you. Okay. I'm gonna go to floor 22F, man. I don't know what to Okay, now this looks like, I think employed Andes, you get your win here. This looks like a room full of employed people. This is Game Freak. Is that a job? The greeter? She's a secretary? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. She is on the clock. Now, thinking of a new plan of a game. This guy's just a thinker. So was this like ancient Rome? Is he philosophizing? He's Snorlax, which I guess is the job title. No, he's the planner. He's the planner. He's a sound designer. He literally has a job title. Okay. Well, this is not starting off hot for me. The graphic designer, another job title. Oh my. You're just here to hang out. A game is something to think about, program, and then hope for. Work, please work. He said that he works on it 3 times. Like a Gregorian chant. Okay, what are we at? 2 to 10? All it takes is 1 bum-ass high rise, and then I'm back. Castelia Street, much to my dismay, was packed to the gills with employees. I was hoping the Game Freak building would be a one-off, heavily employed corporation and that the unemployment rates would increase across the rest of our first street, helping me avoid losing this bet and put off playing 5 Nights at Freddy's for another day. While there were some jobless goofballs on the premises, the amount of job holders continued to outnumber the bum population, with the employment rating after the first street totaling to 63%. 12 of the 19 citizens interviewed thus far carried jobs. But the second of Castelia's 4 streets, Mode Street, gave me a glimmer of hope. An art exhibit. Everybody who hangs out at one of these things has way too much time, either from obscene wealth or being a starving artist. Let's continue our census and see if I'm right on this. Okay, let's go to the art exhibit. Visit the twisted minds of creatives. In Castelia City, the Pokemon gym itself is Berg's artwork. This is clearly just a very rich lady whose pastime is looking at works of art. Retired and unemployed by technicality. This guy's employed though. He's running the show over here. We'll add him to the employed category, the ever-growing employed category. Unfortunately, never shrinking. I'm not as good an artist as Berg, but I have a liking for paintings. Let me see. Today I want to paint water-type Pokemon. This guy paints. He said he's not a good enough artist to, make money off it and put it in an exhibit. So unemployed. Point for unemployed. If Berg is a gym leader and an employed painter, does he count for 2? Do you think it's like when the vending machine, accidentally latches onto the second peanut M&M bag and you double up and it's the luckiest day? No, I don't. I don't think so. This lady is 100% employed. I'm gonna buy 12 of her ice cream cones. But she is a food service, unforgiving job, employed as can be. I'm not counting the captain here because he's a resident of Furbank. He's not a resident of this city. This guy is sitting at a harbor and watching, and is old. Definitely retired. Old man spotted. No contribution to society. That's another point for me. Another point for the unemployed sector. We just can't stand it anymore. Scream at the ocean. She's employed. She's definitely employed. Ain't nobody unemployed that angry. Let's head on over to Narrow Street. Well, I'm sure the property value, the real estate value here is insane at Narrow Street. This guy who sits in a back alley by the dumpsters, do we count him as employed, or is do we count criminal acts as employment if they're profitable, or is that, he's not a registered employee. Can't change your family, but you can change how you interact with one another. What a mature NPC. Do you think they're employed? Unemployed trust fund kid? I like that answer. But let my tired mind relax. Definitely employed. We can all agree that that guy's mind is tired because his job and his 9 to 5 are crunching him to the bone. Musician, wandering musician. musician. Could go either way. I don't know if he has a tip jar out. I'm gonna count him as employed. And then the bartender, of course, as well as employed. But these two guys give me back. These guys clearly do not contribute in any effective way to society. You can't be serious. Am I right? Yeah, these guys, man, they are not contributing to society. No, that's two for unemployed. Employee, they're selling drugs. I'm not counting that. I'm not counting that. You guys still have a 7-point lead, but all it takes is one building to erase that deficit. I want you to know. Okay, so that didn't work out the way that I hoped it would. Sure, there were a decent amount of bums across these last couple streets, but somehow the deficit between employed and unemployed Castalians increased from 5 to 7 in favor of employed folks. It's not looking good for me out here. Looking great for the people of Castelia, though. I mean, way to hunt those jobs down, guys. However, a gap of 7 NPCs is still clearable. So as long as this next street breaks even, I should still have a chance at winning the bet. Wait. Which street is up next again? Gym Street? Oh, come on. This is where you guys are gonna get a lot of points. And I hate that you're gonna get a lot of points. Is the gym. I have to go in here. Presumably they're government workers. This guy also works. He's around all over the place, unless he's a big fan, which seems unlikely. But you know what might be easier than going through this whole thing? It's just looking up how many fucking trainers are in here. Because there's so many, man. And Black and White 2, oh, it does list them all out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the gym leader. So that's 5 right there. 6 including Clyde, which puts it at 16 to 28. Dude, I'm getting fucking annihilated here. Getting destroyed here. Oh, that's fine. You know what? Next building got me for sure. Okay, never mind. The next building is the metal rally. Government-sponsored thingamabob. But hold on, maybe the people in here, this guy doesn't look employed at all. You can't change the name of a Pokemon you got from someone because the name contains wishes of the person who named it. Sentimental, but unemployed. I'm the official name. Ah, it's a job. Name Raider is a job. Pokemon Masseuse, that's a job. That's a job too. Oh, that's a job. What about you? The Feeling Reader? They just employ anybody now. They're just giving anybody a job at this city, including the receptionist that's 4 employed. Maybe the second floor is, maybe get me back in the game. Maybe the second floor of this building will get me back in the game. All these people, look at all the paperwork on the desk, man. What's this guy? From the Harlequin Hunt? Yeah, that counts. What about you? Secretly cheering for you? As a staff member, he has a job title. And there's still another floor, by the way. There's still one more floor to this, but maybe it's like people loiter at the 3rd floor. Oh, that doesn't look like loitering. That looks like a sleep apnea test. Oh, it's the scientists from the last game. Oh, it's Federal. She's obviously one of the greatest minds in region history. So she, you know, employed, assistant employed. This lady, maybe she's just here to watch. Triple employment. Way to rub it in, pal. You have 2 spots in the mainland left to go. Well, looks like I'm losing this bet. With all of Castalia's main streets surveyed, we still have 3 odds and ends areas left before we have our full census and job report. Castalia's primary strip branching these 4 streets together, the town square, or circle, I guess, technically, because of the big fountain it's built around, and the area that could maybe put me back in the running and bump up the unemployed numbers, Castalia's sewers. I mean, there can't be a lot of employed people down there. Sit back, relax, grab a brewski as we wrap up our census, because the employed to unemployed ratio might just be closer than you think. Live surrounded by people, do you have to grow to like everyone, or do you only have to like yourself? Jesus Christ, man. Somebody has seen some shit in the workforce. What about this guy? He's got a briefcase. It doesn't give me a lot of optimism. He's tired. Everyone's faces blend together. Employed. Just gave him a team building exercise. HR mandated. Yeah, probably. I'm a battling clerk. If I don't give up, I'll win someday. Okay, so he is a clerk. It's a hobby for him, and he makes it clear and specifies that he does have a job that is his primary focus. Your favorite is Quilava. It's the only Pokemon I have. So yeah, you're on the mark. We can safely say that she's unemployed. I think we can safely say that this lady who's staring at a fucking globe in her own spare time is unemployed. I'm not counting the metal guy because he's a traveling nomad. He's a merchant. But the Pokemon Center lady, these 2 clerks are all employed. The Harlequin, I guess I have to count him begrudgingly. Sometimes you gotta throw the clown a bowling pin or whatever they fucking juggle these days. He's employed by the city. Imagine being employed by the city and this is your uniform. Imagine like you get the job and this is what the boss is mandating. This is where it gets bad, is the battle company. Because these people are all employed. I don't think this lady is though. Hold on. She's just chilling in here giving out items. Ace trainer, trainer class, probably a traveler, a battler. I'm gonna give her unemployed. Now these 2, we've got a Harlequin employed by the Metal Rally, a secretary, and a businessman. And that's only the 1st floor. It only gets worse, man. It only gets more employed from here on out. Now, all these guys we can assume are employed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 employed people, all in an office, all hanging out, all vibing. This city is crazy employed, dude. I know that was a part of the premise, is that, oh, it's one of the most, it seems like a place that would have a lot of job opportunities, but I didn't think it would be this affluent. With job options. This floor, at least, there's not a lot of people here. There's the janitor who used to be the secret CEO, but is the janitor, and his son, who is the CEO. When you're tired, rest and work yourself to be energetic. That's not something that an employed person would say. An employed person would say, it don't matter if I'm tired. Boss man's gonna fire me if I'm a little late to work or if I take too many sick days. For him, I'm gonna lean towards unemployed. We've got one more office building that surely is gonna be hopping full of employed individuals. One more office building that's got so many fucking employees in it, dude. We've got a Harlequin Hunt here. He's at a computer, so I'll give it to him. You don't seem like an employee. What's my hobby? You could say exercise. God, I get my steps in every day. It's your job. You could say that I'm self-employed. You know how it is. Job hopper. I don't know if I'd say job hopper. I think maybe homemaker. Sure. This guy looks unemployed. Got some advice for you. Old guy loves to give out advice to people that don't ask for it. To me, that is unemployed. I'm invited to a party with a person in front of the elevator wants to pat me down. Yep, trust fund kid, check. Wealthy old lady, unemployed. These two guys are employed, so we split even. This looks like a room. Okay, am I crazy for saying I'm still in it? This looks like a room full of unemployed individuals. All wealthy, all invited to a party. They're all partying in here. He's throwing a party, probably very rich, doesn't work anymore. Hard to get up in the morning after a fun day like today. Literally just hangs out all day, and it's hard to get up because he's having too much fun. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The outfit the supermodel Lisa was wearing. These girls ain't employed. That's 11 for the unemployed department. Think of the gains here, people. Missing Pokemon, even Team Plasma responsibly know where they are. Police officer worried about Team Plasma, yet does nothing to stop them. Curious, but employed. One last building, and then the sewers. Oh, this dude looks so unemployed. He's watching a patch rat run around in circles. Brother is like the original iPad kid. Yeah, unemployed for sure. I think the service that teaches Pokemon moves to be successful. Entrepreneur, I'll call him as employed. Even if he doesn't quite have his pulse on the market, think about starting a new business. He's thinking about it. He hasn't done it yet. But he's thinking about it. So unemployed at this moment in time. Pokemon fanatic, definitely unemployed. He's a scientist? No, he's a Pokemon fanatic who LARPs as a scientist. He's unemployed. These two guys don't look employed. Me, oh my, the badges you can get in the Unova region. Big info dumper, unemployed as fuck. And a hiker by default, already leaning unemployed, but let's see what he has to say. When I gaze down to the city from a tall building, I tremble. Because I'm scared of heights. Unemployed. 2 for unemployed. You wanna know what's scarier than heights, buddy? Paying your rent on time. This is Bum Central over here. This is Bum Towers. You are also part of the sewer. I guess he's a surveyor. Do we count that as an employed individual? I think we do. He might be a psycho, but he is a surveyor. So we're in the Relic Passage. Is it really a simple coincidence that they exist so close to each other? I think unemployed conspiracy theorist. Cleaning actually takes a lot of strength. A janitor, I'm counting him as employed. No way around it. That's an employed man. That guy looks employed. He's got a hard hat on. Whoa! And his trainer title is worker. I have to put him as employed. As much as I'd love not to, he's bum coded, but he is literally an employee. All right, that seems to be everybody. Don't think there's been any stones left unturned, any buildings unchecked. And the final result is 41 unemployed, 84 employed. With 84 employed individuals, Castelia City might be the most job-dense community in all of Unova. Considering its status as the biggest city in Unova, as well as being the hub of most major corporations within the region, Castelia's job sector is primarily made up of office workers. These positions range from secretaries to programmers, but combined with a slight increase in blue-collar workers thanks to the sewer renovations, Castelia is projected to continue its economic growth as well as further expand its job opportunities. With 41 unemployed individuals and 84 employed individuals, Castelia City's employment rate currently sits at 67.2%, with 32.8% of its population being unemployed. This means I have to play Five Nights at Freddy's, and my Twitch chat's gonna continue to sling insults at me for the foreseeable future. So let's hope that a recession hits Unova soon so the people of Castelia can pay for what they did to me. Especially that fucking clown. Yeah, it must feel real nice to have a job in this economy, pal. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, I've got plenty more Pokemon content to choose from. Don't like this video right here. How'd that little guy get there? Anyways, peace out, stay safe, nice to see ya, bye-bye.